Now, yesterday, I went to go see probably one of my most anticipated movies for this year.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse from Sony,
Right.
Columbia Pictures. Just comes out this weekend. And so I left a spoiler-free reaction on my YouTube channel there that people can check out. I had a really good time with this movie. It's much darker than the first one. So...
You didn't like it as much as the first one, though.
No.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah,
you would hope that this one would be even better, right?
So you got the cast back, most of them, like all the main people. So I'm not gonna spoil. Oh, geez, it's currently rated at 96% certified fresh and has an audience score of 97%.
People haven't
That's
seen it
some
yet, though.
huge
it comes
numbers.
Out, like right this minute. People will be starting to watch it, I would say, right now.
Now, the first one didn't make a lot of money at the box office. It only made north of 300 million, something like that, because a lot of people don't go see animation movies.
Right.
So, I don't think this is going to be a billion-dollar film, but who knows?
Is Nicolas Cage in this one?
That would be a spoiler. You're not supposed to ask questions.
Sorry.
I had a good time with it. It's a bit long at 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh.
Okay. The first one here, I'm looking it up right now. It had a runtime of 1 hour 57 minutes. Yeah, it was a bit long. I found this one. And the first one made a total of 384 million worldwide. So not a hugely successful film, but it made money.
Sounds good to me.
It made money and it was extremely well received. This one, my thoughts are, without spoiling it, there's a lot going on in this movie. So there's more characters, because that's what you do with sequels.
Right. Is it like BBS? Too much going on?
The storyline's not convoluted. Okay? The storyline makes sense, but all the stuff that they're cramming into this movie makes it kind of convoluted and boggling. Because there's so many different Spider-Men, and we've seen a lot of this in the trailer, right? There's so many different Spider-Men. They don't get to say anything, or they're just like one-line characters.
Right. You probably need to slow down.
But the main cast does expand and includes some of the other Spider people. They're not all Spider-Men. Some are Spider-Women. There's lots of different Spider-Women.
Spider-Gwen.
Yeah, and she's called Spider-Woman in her world as well.
Oh.
But we call her Spider-Gwen, but...
Okay.
Like, in her world, they wouldn't call her Spider-Gwen because then they know who she is.
Right.
But in this mythological story, right? It's fiction. So,
Could you
it's
keep
Miles...
track of it? Because you know all the Spider-Man, everything. Did you get confused over some of it?
I kept track of the story, okay. Yeah. But I was trying to focus a lot on the other Spider people because I'm, like, trying to identify them.
Figure out who they were, yeah.
Because I have a huge Spider-Man comic book collection there.
Yes.
And no, I'm not embarrassed about it. I just don't normally tell people about it.
Time maybe to
so
tell. Is that
they're throwing a lot of characters at you,
right.
just like they did in the first one. My big problem with this wasn't that funny.
Oh.
Like
well,
it had jokes in it.
No, but not funny.
It had a lot.
It has to be funny.
It had some good funny moments.
But it has to have a lot of jokes.
I now problem in my theater, everyone was just stoic except some kids that were way in the back. There was and I mean kids like 5-6-year-old kids were there.
Oh.
And this is a bit dark. I don't know if I take a 5-year-old to see it.
They tricked their
But it's rated PG. It is rated PG, so because it's animation, I mean, it's not like bloody or anything.
No.
But it gets a bit darker. So especially, I mean, we've seen it in the trailer with Spider-Man 2099. His name's Miguel O'Hara, and he's voiced by Oscar Isaacs.
Okay.
Okay, that's the guy. He's all in blue, and he's got like some red stripes on his mask, and he's got some other red stripes all over him.
They all have very similar stripes and...
Some are very different.
Oh.
But I did recognize a lot, and I'd have to watch it over and over again and try and identify more. It's one of those movies. So it was a bit long. There was some laugh out loud moments, but it was nowhere near as funny as the first one. Not even close. And it's directed by different people. So it's produced by Lord and Miller, but they directed the last one. and I could really tell that they were a bit more hands off, because if it was them, it would be joke after joke after joke. Serious
Right.
moment for a bit, joke, joke, joke,
They
joke.
had that spider pig in it.
Yeah, Spider Ham.
Yes.
Spider Pig. Don't be
Sorry.
ridiculous.
Oh no, I called him.
Okay. So
Spider
it's
Gouchon.
got 3 different directors on. I'm not gonna try and pronounce the first guy's name because I'll
Okay.
probably butcher it.
Maybe too many hands.
Producers, it's got Lord and Miller. It's also got Amy Pascal because she produces all the Spider-Man movies, the Tom Holland ones over at Sony. Avi Arad, he's a long-time producer and ruiner of Spider-Man. Yeah, when he gets a
He
hold
doesn't
of,
have a sense of humor.
I don't know, he doesn't have a good way of portraying
Good
Spider-Man.
compass for Spider-Man.
He's been involved in trying to ruin all of the Spider-Man movies.
Oh.
And I don't know who Christina Steinberg is. The writers are Lord and Miller. They really could have used more humor, okay? Because
a lot
it
of these animated movies lately have needed more humor.
needs more humor, okay? Because that's why the first one was so good. The first one was such a ridiculous story with tons coming at you, but you were able to absorb it, and with the
Yeah.
jokes helped to break it
I
up.
understood it.
Whereas this movie, everything's being thrown at you, even more stuff, but also the background, the visuals. Like, visually, it's way better than the first one. It
It does look cool.
Okay.
What I've seen.
looks so good, and there's a lot of stuff in it that they didn't show anything in the trailer. And they're only coming out now in TV spots.
Oh.
So it looks great, but the visuals are so good, and there's so much going on that it just becomes jumbled a bit.
Right.
And
Well, I feel bad for you because I know this was your most
So,
anticipated.
they
for the
really-
year.
I did have a fun time with it.
Yeah.
And I'll definitely go and watch this again. So when I come back from vacation, Christina will probably go see it on cheap night or something.
Probably
You know,
not.
because I'm poor.
Doesn't sound like I want to go to see it.
I think you'll enjoy it. There was some funny stuff. Unfortunately, my audience was stoic. I was pretty much the only one laughing at the funny stuff. Everyone else was either there was kids that were making out there, and everyone else was just sitting there stunned or something. But audiences here don't react very much. And I did go to an afternoon screening, which wasn't sold out. So the evening ones probably would have been. So that's my thoughts. Despite there's a lot of good stuff in it. Okay, some of the other Spider-Man, Spider People, amazing. Okay,
Is the Doc Octopus?
the lady there,
Spider-Man?
Catherine Hahn. No, she's not back. She's on the call list.
Oh.
Okay, because she's not on the cast list for this
No,
movie.
the Doc Ock Spider-Man?
The Doc
Remember
Ock
you told me there's
Spider-Man.
a Doc Ock Spider-Man.
Yeah, there's a couple in the background.
Oh, there were.
Okay, but you really gotta look for
I
all
just think
these
that's
things.
confusing.
Yeah, don't worry about that. You don't need to worry about all these. There's only like 2 or 3 new ones that you meet. You meet Spider-Man 2099. You meet a version of Spider-Woman. Jess, I think is her name. It's Issa Rae doing the voice of that, and
Oh.
she's really good. And you get Spider-Punk. He was in the trailers. And there's some others, but I'm not gonna mention it here
Okay.
because I don't want to spoil it. So that's my spoiler-free thoughts on that. I had a really good time. I give it best movie ever, but that doesn't mean it's as good as
No, I
the
feel-
Into the
it's
Spider-Verse.
Too bad. It would have been a good start to your holiday.
But anyway, I think they'll probably do better box office wise than the first one because
people know about it.
yeah, because
now.
people know about it now. No one went to go see it. I saw it in the first one in the theater 3 times. So
I
good.
went with you, one of them.
Because I went, and then I went a couple weeks later, and I took the family, which was
Yeah.
great. And then months later, for award season, it came back in the
Oh,
theaters.
did
I'm
you
like,
see
I'll
it
go see it
then?
again. It was nothing. It was January, and nothing else was out that was very good.
Right.
So I'm like, I'd rather go see this. And you just go on cheap night. So that's my thoughts. Let us know what you think of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I'm pretty sure they took out the part 1. Because at the end they tell you the name for the next one.
Oh.
Because first it was Across the Spider-Verse Part 1.
Oh.
But they don't like to do that with numbers. Hollywood execs don't like that. So let us know your thoughts on this if you see it. No spoilers at this time. So leave a comment down below.